Hello everyone, my name is Sniping is Fun, and I welcome you back to the next Super Smash Bros. Discussion video on this channel. I've done numerous ones of these so far, character videos, thoughts on the Fire Emblem hate, the future of the Smash Bros. Series, and this is going to be yet another character video, and it's going to be talking about another character that tends to get heavily requested in the Smash Bros. Fanbase. I don't think they get as much of a request as Geno and Waluigi, but in terms of their franchise, and in terms of third-party requests, and in terms of whatever the heck else, they tend to get represented quite a bit. They tend to request it quite a bit, and out of their franchise, in terms of this character and this franchise getting one extra character, I tend to see this character getting requested heavily a lot, and that's Shadow the Hedgehog from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. And without further ado, and without this video going on way too long, let me quickly do a video on next Smash Bros. Discussion, next character discussion. Why do people want Shadow the Hedgehog in Super Smash Bros.? And like Waluigi and like Geno, I'm going to talk about both the positives and the negatives, the pros and the cons, the likes and the dislikes, for why the character, why people request him in Smash Bros. And whether it's the good thing and the bad thing, like what I agree and disagree. And like Waluigi and Geno, I'm mostly in disagreement here. Out of all three of them, I think Geno's the only character I'm at least somewhat positive on actually kind of having a want to see, even though he's still not as much as, say, some of my most wanted characters, but I at least mostly see what people want to see with Geno. Waluigi, surely not that much, and Shadow kind of varies, but I could see something. But let's get that. Like, why do people want Shadow the Hedgehog in Smash Bros.? Let's start with the positives. He is a pretty popular character in terms of the Sonic franchise, and ever since his inclusion in Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast, that was his first game, right? Like, he's been a popular inclusion in the series. It's his own little series, Shadow the Hedgehog. He was in Sonic Heroes. He came back. He was in pretty much almost every Sonic game you could think of. He's at least been in or included on. He's become his own popular character, not just in the video games, but like in the comic books there, and then the TV shows. They always kind of include him too, like that Sonic Boom like TV show. I think he's in there too. I haven't really watched the show, so I have no real clear conclusion, but Shadow the Hedgehog is a pretty damn popular character in the Sonic the Hedgehog series, and like he could have interesting moveset potential with the whole Chaos Emeralds and riding his motorcycle if they give him the machine guns and so on and so forth. He could be like a Echo, semi-Echo, non-Echo-esque moveset of like Sonic. You can give him like Sonic's moveset, but then throw in like the Chaos Emeralds, throw in like the gun, maybe the motorcycle, and like the more edginess of the character, because people really present him as edgy, and then make his final smash kind of like the same thing, like Super Sonic, like Super Shadow, like Silver Shadow or whatever, his ultimate form, flying around doing stuff, except maybe make his more powerful and slower. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Like I said, he would basically be an easy inclusion because he would be an Echo, but maybe not a full-blown Echo, and he does represent a popular like new 3D era of the series, and he is heavily requested. He's already been in Smash Bros. As an assist trophy. I could see exactly why people want him as the next Sonic the Hedgehog representation if it ever does get another character. And really, I can get the requests. And he's already there. He's kind of easier to implement than adding a full-blown new character like Robotnik Eggman or Knuckles or Tails or Amy or whoever the heck else. But that's really all I can see with him. Like, it's just like Waluigi, just like Geno. This is going to be mostly a negative video, but I did give him his positives. I do think Geno at least stands somewhat of a chance, and I do see why people want him, and I do see why he makes some sense to be included. But then on the opposite side, let's get this video started with my legit conclusions here. I really don't get why people want him as the next Sonic the Hedgehog representation. In my opinion, and this is myself personally, and I really don't think Sonic deserves many more characters. Here's the thought process I get, and it does piss me off a lot. There's a lot of people that think Sonic the Hedgehog should be the most represented third-party franchise in Nintendo because of the whole Nintendo versus Sega rivalry, Mario versus Sonic, and how big the franchise is and whatnot. And Sonic should have like 4 or 5 characters, and they should be the third-party franchise represented. And I'm like, but that's not fair to the other series out there. I literally seen this in a Facebook comment before, and it makes, or it was a YouTube video, one of the two. It makes no sense. Like, you shouldn't be showing that much favoritism to one specific third-party franchise. I don't care his history with the series. Like that's unfair to Street Fighter. That's unfair to Metal Gear Solid. That's unfair to Castlevania. That's unfair to Bayonetta and Persona and all these other, Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest and Fatal Fury and all these other third parties that are in Smash Brothers now. Mega Man. Mega Man. It's unfair to these ones. who's to say that these ones aren't larger on Nintendo, more history on Nintendo? This one, since the NES, has been on Nintendo, Castlevania and whatnot. It's unfair to say that. But that's not about this video with Shadow. That's going to be a whole probably different video. I'm probably going to make that a different discussion. But like they go on about that and they want to represent all these other characters. I don't think that should be the case, and really, to be fair, I don't think Shadow should be the next Sonic character if it ever does indeed get another character. My thought process is this. The player 2, the obvious next character that if Sonic ever gets a secondary character really should be Tails. But my also thought process on this is this. Sega is more than just Sonic the Hedgehog. And I always mention to people, like, why does people want, like, Sonic represented so much when Sega has all these other franchises, like freaking Sakura Wars, and Valkyria Chronicles, and Streets of Rage, and Crazy Taxi, and Skies of Arcadia, and Golden Axe, and Altered Beast, and all, Jet Set Radio, and all these other franchises, some of which, and Yakuza, and Hatsune Miku, and all these other stuff that, like, some of them are super into Nintendo too, some of them are historical long-running franchises that would offer probably more interesting movesets. But that's a totally different video too. Like, my opinion though is this. Shadow is usually presented as the next biggest character to include for Smash Brothers, and everyone's talking about his popularity. He's one of the most popular characters ever. He's one of the most popular, Sonic characters of all time, and he's the one that deserves to be the next character in Smash Brothers for the Sonic representation. You hear about it from Tails, you hear about it from Knuckles, you hear about it from, Robotnik, Eggman. No one else really, but you hear those four primarily, and it just irks me a little bit. It's like, Robotnik's the villain. He really should be in his little thing, like how, Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings are in his little machine and fighting. He is the villain. He has been in there since day one. He deserves it, I think, a little bit more because he's there in every single game. Shadow isn't in every single game. He's in most of them, and he's pretty damn popular, like I said, to be warranted in most of them, and he's well received enough. But Robotnik's been there since day one. Tails is the definitive player too, and I think if Sonic ever did get a secondary character, it should be Tails. Per hour. Miles Tails per hour. Oh, God. And even Knuckles. He'd be like the powerhouse character. He's been there since Sonic 3. Like, I could see him too. He's probably the least likely one because he just doesn't strike me as a character to add, even though he's one of the original trio characters and whatnot. In my opinion, it's between Tails, Eggman, and Shadow, really. Shadow being like the big 3D character, Tails being player 2, and Robotnik, Eggman being the big main villain. Like I said, it's like people talk about like the next character being like, people are so dead set sometimes on characters being the next representation of a certain franchise being always a certain character. And I've noticed this since Brawl. Oh, if it's this franchise, it has to be this character. If it's this franchise, it has to be this character. If you're going to add a newcomer from this franchise, it has to be this character. I've seen it with numerous franchises. I've seen it with Donkey Kong. I've seen it with Kirby. I've seen it with, Zelda and Pokemon and Fire Emblem and Xenoblade and all this stuff. And the third parties now too, with like Sonic the Hedgehog. There's a lot of people that are super adamant about it being Shadow the Hedgehog as the next character, while other people sometimes draw it back and do like Robotnik or Tails or whatnot. Like I kind of do get annoyed. Certain franchises warrant certain characters, I think, more, but people are so dead set on like if a certain franchise represents, it has to be this character. Like it just gets annoying sometimes. Like when I've seen speculation for these games for the better part of 2 games, but I did see some of this stuff during Brawl. I wasn't really on YouTube a whole lot then, so I didn't really do too much of anything. I did like a video or two. But like I said, like you have to kind of be a little bit more open-minded and understand that certain characters make sense, but then other characters make sense too. In certain franchises, it varies. Like certain characters might make more sense than others. There might only be certain inclusions for this franchise, but there's 100 for this franchise. It all depends on what franchise you're talking about, Nintendo, third party, or whatever. But like I said, I don't think Shadow is the definitive next Sonic character at all. Can he make sense? Yes. Could he possibly be the next Sonic character if Sonic ever gets another character? And it, yeah, sure. But there's other competition out there. Tails and Eggman are like the top 2 ones I personally see. And you can see someone like Amy or Knuckles, but they're very less likely. They're down here. I'd say up here is like Shadow, Tails, and Eggman, and everyone else is down below. And I'm also thinking like Sonic really only deserves one, maybe two more characters, but even then it's like that's unfair to other third parties. Can Mega Man get like other characters? Can Castlevania get like Alucard and Dracula and Death? Mega Man get like Mega Man X and Zero and Volnut and freaking like Roll and everything? Like that's unfair, I think. Like when I hear that kind of thing, talking about like Sonic should be the third party in Smash Brothers. No, he shouldn't. And that's coming from a Sonic fan. I do like the Sonic games. I didn't grow up with Sega, but I like the Sonic games here and there. So yeah, that's about it. Like my thought process is, Shadow makes sense, but he's not the definitive next choice. I think there's other characters out there. My personal choice would be Tails. But I also would personally just say throw away another side character and give us like Sakura Wars or Valkyria Chronicles or Streets of Rage. I'd rather play as Axel Stone or one of the characters from Valkyria Chronicles or Sakura from Sakura Wars than just another Sonic character that really, some of them probably won't even be all that different. Like they'd have their original movesets and stuff like that, but these characters would have swords and mechs and be able to punch you with fire stuff and beat up with weapons and all that stuff. Like turn into giant Ultra Beast stuff or Golden Axe. The guy has a giant, the dwarf guy has an axe. I would rather represent House of the Dead even. Crazy Taxi, they could run you over with a freaking taxi. I don't know. I think it would be more interesting for Sega to get another franchise represented rather than just throwing another Sonic character. But if we ever get another Sonic character, I personally would pick Tails. And that's about it for this video. Put in the comment section what you guys think. Do you guys think Shadow should be in Smash Bros? Do you understand the demand for Shadow the Hedgehog in Smash Bros to represent the Sonic franchise, get another Sonic character? Or would you pick another Sonic character? Or would you be like me and want to see another Sega franchise get some just dues instead of it just being all about freaking Sonic? Can Yakuza? I want to see the, what's his name from Yakuza, come in and beat Mario and Link up with a freaking stop sign and a freaking bicycle. That would be freaking awesome. And then take off his shirt, have the big giant dragon tattoo. That would be more awesome than just another Sonic character. But that's probably another video for another day. Put in the comments what you think. Like I said, Shadow the Hedgehog. Yes, no, maybe so, whatever you want to see. And that's about it. My name is Sniper. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day. See you later in the next video. Bye, everyone.